Right, today I'll talk about the euro dollar under siege, right? Geopolitical tensions and the trade wars shake the euro. Now, in 3 months, the Ukraine war will enter its third year with no signs of resolution. Instead, the conflict is escalating. Last week, Ukraine reportedly fired UK-made Storm Shadow missiles into Russia just a day after deploying long-range American ATACMS missiles. Russia has warned that Ukraine's use of such missiles to strike within Russian territory could provoke further escalations. So on Thursday, the Ukrainian Air Force reported that Moscow had launched an intercontinental ballistic missile ICBM into Ukrainian territory. The US official confirmed that Washington was pre-notified by Russia about the strike and subsequently briefed Kiev and other allies, urging them to prepare for potential use of advanced weaponry. The situation has reached a critical juncture, with Russian President Vladimir Putin issuing threats of nuclear escalations. So the conflict's intensification has further pressured the euro as the Eurozone economy faces increasing risk from the war. The uncertainty has been compounded by former US President Donald Trump's promise to impose tariffs on Eurozone goods, particularly targeting European cars, right? Probably I've said president-elect. I think that will be better, president-elect than former, because I always use his former. Now he's president-elect, right? So this move could weaken demand and exacerbate economic challenges for the Eurozone. Together, these threats have cast a shadow over the Euro's outlook. European Central Bank officials are deeply concerned about the fragile state of the economy, warning that a trade war with the US could lead to significant global economic losses. We have discussed this already, right? So many fears that the new trade restrictions could result in inflation, recession, or even stagflation. Now, the euro dollar has already experienced heavy selling pressure, with the US dollar index climbing towards a 108, its highest level in 2 years, right? We've seen that. So the US dollar remains strong, buoyed by expectations of limited interest rate cuts from the Fed, despite its policy easing cycle. So market optimism surrounding Trump's economic agenda, focus on tax cuts and increased import tariffs, particularly on Eurozone and Chinese goods, has fueled speculations of high US inflation and accelerated economic growth. Now, these measures are anticipated to boost domestic business investments, labor market, and production goods and services, creating inflation pressures that may prompt the Fed to maintain a cautious stance on further rate reductions. Now, this inflationary outlook is influencing market expectations for Fed December's meeting. So this is not something that we are speculating, because it's backed by the probabilities. And if you look over here, according to the CME Fed Watch 2, the probability of a 25 basis point rate cut, bringing the rates down to the 4.25 to 4.5% range, has dropped from 69.5% a month ago to 52.7%, reflecting the market shifting perspective. So what they're saying eventually is, before this, we have an almost 70% chance we're going to see a rate cut in December. Now it's just a 50-50%, right? So this kind of news like this will definitely strengthen the US dollar. You can't run, and that's why you see the US dollars keep on going up and up and up and up. So in summary, the US dollar outlook remains bearish in the near term, all right, influenced by geopolitical developments, trade policies, and divergence economic trajectories between the Eurozone and the United States. So the 1.0330 is an important area to monitor for the euro dollar. If price consolidates at this area, then price could test the once again, the par value for the US dollar versus the euro dollar. All right, unless the risk moods improve. If the risk is still there, they still think that things are risky, then you could see actually the euro dollar weaken further. Yeah. So that's the news for today. Thank you.